Hey guys, collecting community here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you haven't heard, don't walk. Run to your nearest GameStop. They're about to accept Pokemon cards as buy-in trade-ins. So if you're someone from my generation that knows GameStop and how much they pay, really? So we're gonna get into that. I'm also going to be sharing Pokemon lots. Well, actually, we're gonna process the vintage lot. I still need to process that. I'm gonna hopefully finish processing that in this video so that I can actually start listing them. And if you guys are interested in these cards, my store is PokeGamble YT. PokeGamble was my previous name. All right. So if you're interested in this content, subscribe to the channel, press the like button. All right, fams, let's get into it. One more quick disclaimer is I'm noticing that a lot of you guys commenting like, hey, encouraging, and which is awesome. But you'll also like that you want to do something similar and this and that. And that's not the purpose of these videos. It's not like, hey, you should do this. It's more of educational. Hopefully you get something out of it, right? Or entertainment value. But I'm not saying you should go out there, do these things, even though it might seem enticing, well, especially when I create a video of making $1,000 in 24 hours. But there's so much behind the scenes that goes into it that I've tried to explain thoroughly in all my videos. And obviously I can't explain it every single time I mention it, but I tried to do my best to give disclaimers. It is something that you need to know thoroughly about so that you don't lose money buying and selling Pokemon cards. All right. And if you like the video, drop a like button. So let's get into it. Also keep in mind that in this channel, I'm very money positive. I'm going to be talking about how much I've made, how much I spent, and it's really for a couple things. A lot for it's for myself to keep track of things that are going on, and also I want to be transparent since this is more kind of more like an experiment where I'm going to be going through this and sharing and documenting what's happening throughout the journey. So keep that in mind. And recently I've made $2,100. Now I've sold in product $2,800 and like $2,818. But I'm being paid $2,100 pretty much, $2,075 out of it, which is about 75%. Not the best, obviously, but this keep in mind that this is from a lot of it is tcgplayer direct paying the shipping to ship out these cards, and when it's more than $50 for an order, they have to pay the actual parcel package to ship it out. And if it's over the $250, which I actually have an order that's $250, they have to pay for confirmed signature for that type of order. So that plus their fees, and they actually have pretty low fees compared to some other competitors. Well, competitor kind of, because eBay owns tcgplayer. But anyways, on eBay, you're paying a little bit higher fees. I'm paying $9 pretty much, $8.95 for direct. It is a little bit higher if you're not in direct. But I'm paying that, plus there's 2.5 fees on credit cards. It's pretty much 11.5% of fees, plus 30 cents for every card that has good value. You're not going to be charged 30 cents if a card is not worth 30 cents, right? So keep that in mind. The fees, when I get to $2,100 that they're paying me, they're taking all of this out of it. And that's also why I raise the prices of my cards, because these fees will significantly cut how much you're getting at the end of the day. You have to keep all that in mind, right? It is a business after all. So that's what's been happening with me. I've been seeing this is a big success because I spent a lot of money buying these high-end cards, and I wanted to be moving fast, get some of that card, the stock back, the money back, so that I can buy more product, keep flipping that, right? And remember, for those of you who are just following me as well, I'm starting off initially with 6,000 plus my previous inventory, which was like 25,000 cards. By the way, right now I'm 37,000 cards, so I've been adding a lot. But anyways, 6,000, I'm trying to flip as much as possible, so I'm not really keeping track of all like the costs and expenses, because at the end of the day, if the money in my account increases, then obviously I am winning. And I'm not putting any external money into that account. I'm keeping it all self-sustained, and the expenses that I'm buying, paying for shipping, all these things, materials, I'm also taking out from that same account. So I'm trying to grow that account, and I have been picking up a couple of lots still, even though I have a lot to list. But I just love, I might have a problem with picking up lots. But I do need to slow down because tcgplayer needs to pay me about like $2,000 or so still. So I've been picking up, I picked up a Temporal Forces master set. And that one wasn't the highest margins that I'm usually used to. It's like around 80%. I usually go for 75%. But seeing the success of my previous master sets, and how much more I can get out of it for the higher end cards because of the direct program, right? You're getting the service that's being verified, and also being shipped out really fast to you. So that's why I picked that one up. And there was another lot today that yesterday night that I saw of someone was like, someone that I've bought previously from. So it caught my attention when I saw this post that they're needing to get $400 or so for rent quickly, and they're trying to sell some cards, obviously. So I reached out to them, and I always try to help out. I have a little bit more of an incentive if I've previously bought from them and this person has given me amazing deals before. So I try to help out. I did. They were like, I need the money in 2 days max. I reached out to them and I'm like, I can come out tomorrow. And I'm doing 70%. So everything is being upfront here. No one's being taken advantage of. They're getting fast money. They know exactly what their collection is worth. They know how much they're getting out of it, right? Now, that brings me to, and this collection we're going to see tomorrow because I'm going to be picking it up later on today. So I'm creating this video earlier today. Weekends, I try to release the videos early so I can get going and doing my errands, my chores and stuff. But this brings me to my main topic. GameStop is picking up your cards. So the reason I just talked about the last lot as well is because it transitions to this. Let's say, take that story of this person that needed to get quick money, right? Well, now that GameStop is going to be accepting, not yet, it's going to be accepting Pokemon cards as trade-ins and buying. This person will have that option now as well. Now, not every option is created equal. There is the option of going to your local card store, as some of you guys, hopefully you guys know. And now hopefully soon is going to be GameStop. And then the third option is me. Oh, I guess there's a fourth. You can always ship it anywhere online as well. But preferably, people don't really want to ship, especially when they're dealing with a lot of cards, higher end cards as well. So I'm not going to talk about that shipping option too much right now. I'm going to talk about what option do you have right now, and if GameStop steps in. First of all, think about overhead cost. So a card store has overhead costs of paying rent, paying employees. GameStop, same thing. If anything, they have the corporate side of everything, which adds to everything, right? So I can pay more because of this. Because I don't have rent to pay or employees to pay, I can offer people more. I can offer people 70 to 80% based off what they have. If they go to a card store, they're offering like 50, max 60%. So you're taking a loss there. And I'm not just the only one buying, right? There's other people like me, local resellers. And if the last option now is going to be GameStop. And GameStop, do you think they're going to be paying you more than your local card store? No. GameStop is notoriously known for lowballing people. I recently went to try to sell my Switch, and I thought I was going to get, I thought they changed their ways of all the memes of all throughout the years, right? And a lot of stuff has been happening with GameStop, which I'll try to cover in a little bit quickly. This video is getting long. Let me know if you guys like these longer videos, or if you guys want me to keep it shorter. I'd always appreciate you guys' input. But GameStop, there's a couple issues there. Do you think their employees are going to be educated on Pokemon cards? No. Do you think they're going to give you the right prices if they're not educated? Probably not because of that, right? And also, they're always trying to lowball you. For my example of trying to sell this Switch, Nintendo Switch, right? It's a high demand product, fast mover for them. I tried to sell it, and it was the one that has a little bit more battery life. So the 2, I guess, Switch 2. Anyways, they were like, and when I took it in, they were like, okay, we can do 190 or like 170. And I was like, oh, okay, not that bad. But they were like, but that's store credit. If you want cash, that's like $110. I was like, what? And I also had a game with it. I had a Mario Kart, and I'm going to just sell it on eBay. But this is more for like, I really just wanted to sell it in that period of time, like in that 24 hours for, I think I needed there was a good flip opportunity. And this was back then where I haven't pulled money out, didn't have that much money to play around with before. But anyways, they are lowballing you, and they're not going to be that educated about what you have. I just think they're going to be the worst option to go to, honestly. Now, the reason that this is happening right now, and just a quick backstory for those of you who are not keeping up with GameStop, the reason I know this is because of my stock market. Remember, all these things are my personal opinion, not financial advice, none of that. But I was doing, I got into the stock market around like the GameStop hype and AMC, and I made a lot of money from the AMC hype afterwards. Anyways, GameStop is doing a big transition, or has been recently, from their brick and mortar of traditional ways, which wasn't working, and now they're pivoting to more of collectibles. If you guys haven't noticed, there has been Funko Pops, Pokemon cards, more of it, and that's because they see what's working. They see when, for example, when Pokemon Go came out, there was a line at my GameStop. I've never even seen that before. Not recently, because people wanted it. And sometimes these game stores are not that close. They close down. GameStop is a little bit more accessible for locations. But that's what's been happening lately. This is a company that's been pivoting to collectibles that are trying to find their foothold or testing out new things. So if you're have a big giant collection and you're trying to get the most out of it, I don't recommend that would be the way to go with GameStop. At least go to your card store, and if you can find a local reseller like me, you most likely will get more for your cards than if you go to a brick and mortar, because of the reasons I just explained. And finally, for the future, I have right now a couple lots in mind, but I say in mind because, like I mentioned before, I really do need to wait a little bit to pick up some of these lots. But one lot that's piquing my attention right now, or two of them, one is a higher end one for $1,700, which the cost of the lot is the holdup. I could have bought it by now, but the lot's worth like $2,200. So I am getting a good deal out of it, but I would like, obviously, to have some of these cards be sold and have that extra cash for different things that might come up. So I might hold off on that. And there's another lot that I have my eye on, that it's a lot more smaller end cards, trainer galleries, things like that. But they're wanting 80%, and I really want to stick to my 75 at the max, maybe 70%. So I'm thinking about those things. that's it for this video, fams. Appreciate you guys watching. Drop a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.